Good morning. I'm Dr. Gregg Pizzi, psychologist, relationship therapist, and board-certified sex therapist, speaking to you at 10:45 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Tuesday, September 22nd, 2020. Welcome to my live cast here on PizziPSYC on Facebook and also on YouTube. Welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful first day of fall. Today is the first day of autumn, and we're going to be talking about several things that are very exciting today, including the law of attraction and the power of non-resisted thought. The law of attraction and the power of non-resisted thought. People tend to focus more on the things that they don't want than on the things that they do want, which is the reason that many people are unhappy. And we're going to talk about ways to get out of that rut today in our episode, which is my 15th live stream occurring on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings here on PizziPSYC. Thank you again for joining me, and welcome to my live cast. We're going to have a news, of course, the news feature this morning, talk about a few things that are going on in current events, including the first day of fall. Our feature topic is going to be the law of attraction and the use of non-resisted thought, what it means to make your thoughts non-resistant to what you want. Good morning, Jessica, one of my top fans. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your beautiful comment. Yes, this is a great topic, and I look forward to your questions and concerns as we continue to discuss this amazing concept of the law of attraction. Then, of course, we're going to have a relationship tip of the day with the free gift that I'm offering, a gratitude moment, which our show will never be complete without gratitude, followed by an affirmation, leaving on a positive note as I send you off on your day. So thank you again. Please like and follow my page, PizziPSYC, here on YouTube, here on Facebook, as well as on YouTube, and my website is below. That's how you spell PizziPSYC right there. So thank you again, and welcome. A little bit about me. I am a psychologist. I'm licensed in the states of Florida and Michigan. However, I give talks and educate and provide coaching throughout the country and even the world. So I'm happy to be helping people find connections, reach out to others, build deeper, more meaningful relationships, have better sex, because I am also a sex therapist. And most recently, in the last couple of years, I've become a student of the law of attraction. And I would recommend that all of you who are not familiar with Abraham Hicks to reach out and research Abraham Hicks publications on the law of attraction, one of my greatest mentors in this area. I'm extremely passionate about this. I have improved and enhanced my clinical focus. As a psychologist and relationship and sex therapist, I will be increasing my work in the area of sociolinguistics. That means that I help people connect in their relationships via the analysis of how language and culture influence our experience. Moving on to our news item of the morning. Today is the first day of fall. Congratulations and welcome to autumn. The first day of fall is literally happening right now. In fact, it started about an hour ago. At 9:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is about 75 minutes ago or so, just an hour ago this morning, the fall or autumnal equinox began. This marks the time, the exact time point where the day to night line, or referred to as the terminator, is perfectly vertical from pole to pole, from the North Pole to the South Pole, and the sun happens to be directly over the equator. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps talking about this. This is so exciting. This marks the transition from summer to fall. Happy fall to all of you. And to those of you who live in normal parts of the world, unlike Florida, where I am, you actually have seasons. So this means that it's going to start to get cooler. The leaves are going to change colors. It's going to be beautiful for a lot of you. And you're going to start to get that chilly weather where you get to wear your beautiful sweaters, warm jackets, actual clothing, rather than, you know, the basics, the slimmest pickings that we can find here in Florida to keep cool. Enjoy this beautiful time of year. Hey, hey Luigi, of course, yes, I will post it for you and I'll share it later. Thank you for stopping in. Mwah. Take care. All right, so that's that for fall. I wanted to share with you guys something called Contagious Cooperation. People are motivated to do good deeds when they see someone else performing a helpful act. According to research in Psychological Bulletin, 88 studies with over 25,000 participants showed that people generally tended to mirror the generosity of others. So people tend to be nicer when they see other people being nice. This is part of social psychology. It's something that I think we've been aware of for a while, but I find it really fascinating that people tend, you know, cooperation or niceness or sharing, love actually, is contagious. You know, when you see someone else smiling, you're more likely to smile. When you see somebody with a stressful look on their face, you're more likely to get stressed. You know, think about yawning too. People in Asian countries were more likely to emulate others' helping behaviors. I thought that was super interesting. The other interesting topic I wanted to share with you guys from the American Psychological Association, which is my professional organization, is that anxiety and trust seem to be associated with a reduced, anxiety seems to be connected to a reduced ability to adapt to negative and uncertain social conditions. According to research in psychological science, they did a research in which patients who had generalized anxiety disorder played a trust game in which they would exchange money with another player. So as the game continued, the person's behaviors were that they would become less generous over time, and sometimes they become more generous over time. But either way, they found that the non-anxious participants, their behaviors shifted according to the way the other player was acting. In other words, if they were doing an exchange of money, and the people who didn't have anxiety kind of caught on to the pattern when the other person was getting more stingy or more generous. But people who had anxiety diagnoses were not as responsible to shifts in the other participants' behavior. That is, people with anxiety seem to have a lesser ability to learn from negative social events and in situations of uncertainty. People who have anxiety tend to be less adaptable in society and less able to kind of go by social cues. I think that's really interesting, and that comes from my professional organization, the American Psychological Association. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them below. I will try to get to them as best I can. And I'm going to post my first question of the day right now, which relates to our feature topic, our main topic of the day. And that is, do you feel that you deserve to be happy? Please tell me and share if you feel that you deserve to be happy. And if you don't feel comfortable, let me know how this has been an issue for you in your life. So our main topic of the day is the law of attraction and the power of non-resisted thought. Our mind and our thoughts must be operating on the same frequency as our goal. Our mind and thoughts have to be operating on the same frequency as our goal. So whatever we want in our life, whatever we think is going to make us happy, whatever we desire, we need to adjust our thoughts, our thinking, our words to what it is that we want. Otherwise, we're going to end up kind of basically steering ourselves away from that which we actually desire, and we go against the current in that way. Earl Nightingale said that success, he defines success as the gradual progression of a worthy ideal. The gradual progression of a worthy ideal. The easiest thoughts to think about, the easiest thoughts for us to have or think about are the ones that we've practiced the most. So if you think about it, a person who has grown up with negative thoughts or pessimistic beliefs about themselves, are so practiced at thinking, I'm not worthy, or I'll never be able to achieve such and such, or I don't think that I deserve to have this, or only rich people get to experience this, that, or the other. If you've been saying that to yourself and thinking that either consciously or unconsciously your whole life, then you're from practicing that for many years. And it's going to be your automatic thoughts. In order for us to have what we want, if we don't already have it, we need to change our thinking. We need to start practicing a different way of thinking about and orienting ourselves to the world. A belief is defined as a thought you continue to think, right? A belief is basically just a series of thoughts that you continue to think over and over. We tell ourselves that. Yeah, Jessica, as you just shared, if we think negative, then we're not going to be happy. You can't think negative and be happy at the same time. We can only be happy when we're focusing on the positive, regardless of what's going on around us. The world can literally be falling down around us. And I think a lot of us kind of have equated 2020 to somewhat of that, because it's been a crazy year. But if you focus on everything that you see going on around you that's crazy, if you focus, think a few months ago, if we all focused on the missing toilet paper, the disappearing toilet paper, the fact that, businesses are closed, or people getting sick. If you focus on that all day long, and if you think about that and read about that and look at that, and that's your main priority in your mind, of course, you can't be happy. But if you focus on looking at how people are adjusting, if you look at how people are making changes, or you focus on what's wonderful about your life, be grateful. That's the surefire way to happiness and to humility, and to increasing more of that which is working in your life. Okay, so basically you can't buck your own current. Okay, what do I mean by you can't buck your own current? If you know what I mean by that, please comment below, because I think that's a really interesting term. Once we get into a momentum of a way of thinking a certain way, it's kind of hard to stop it. Like a snowball at the top of a hill. If you, push that little ball off the top of a hill, as it keeps going faster and faster down the snowy hill, it's going to keep getting bigger and bigger and heavier and heavier. It's going to be hard to stop it, right? It's a lot easier to stop that snowball when it's still close to the top and it hasn't gained that much momentum. You can kind of get behind it and you can stop it. But once it's halfway down and it's almost, going really fast and getting bigger and heavier, it's almost a done deal. There's no way you're going to be able to change it. So basically what we mean by that in terms of thoughts, mindfulness, and the law of attraction is get out ahead of your day. Start your day in the morning by telling yourself about the beautiful things that are going on. Focus on your gratitude. Focus on your health. Focus on what you have, not what you don't have. Once you get that momentum going of feeling good and thinking good things, it's going to be really hard for something in the middle of your day to just kind of pop in there and just throw you off like a train on the track. If you throw a little pebble, or if you just throw, something small, right in front of the train, that train's just going to just bombard it and throw it out of the way. You know, so you want to get yourself into a place like that so that nothing can stop you, because you are so focused on what's going well that you almost don't even have time to see the things that happen that are not so pleasant. So every subject is really two subjects. Every subject is really two subjects. In other words, when we think about, let's say, money, if you think about your money, your financial situation, the topic is money, but there's really two ends to that. There's having money, which feels good, and then there's the idea of not having enough money, which feels yucky. Which end of that are you really focused on? So if you want more money in your life, are you thinking about money as, I don't have enough of it, I'm missing it, I need to make more of it because I'm poor? Or are you thinking of money as, I'm successful and I make money every day, or I have the ability to be resourceful, or I have the ability to create the life that I want and to generate the income that I want? We can focus on the positive side of something or on the negative side of something. So when we talk about non-resistant thought, what do I mean by that? Okay, so we know that our thoughts create our feelings, and our feelings lead to our behaviors. We think things that lead to feeling a certain way. I can think, I don't have enough money, I'm poor, I'm not able to pay my bills, I need to make more money because I don't have enough money. That makes me feel anxious. That gets me stuck. It makes me worry. It'll make me do impulsive things or focus on unproductive things, and I won't be my creative best self. Or I can go and think, well, okay, money. How can I create more money for myself? How have I felt when I've had enough money? What does it look like for me to have money and to be abundant, to be able to pay my bills easily, and to be able to do the things that I want and go the places that I want? What is that going to feel like and look for? When I focus that type of money issue, side of the issue, I feel excited. I feel good. I feel capable. I feel alive. And when I feel alive and capable and motivated, that makes me creative, and I think about new ideas, and I'm more aware of the opportunities that come to me as a result of that. So if I'm in an anxious mood of thinking I don't have enough money and I'm poor, maybe I'll withdraw, maybe I'll stay home, maybe I won't reach out to friends. But if I'm feeling good and focusing on the positive side of things, I'm more likely to be social, I'm more likely to leave my house, and I'm more likely to hear that person next to me on the train, or answer that phone call when somebody calls and I think I don't know what it is, but I pick it up anyway because I'm feeling secure, I'm feeling good about myself because I'm focused on everything that's going great in my life. I answer the phone, I'm more likely to receive that job offer or that opportunity, or to see the positive aspect of things. So when we say non-resistive thought, we need to get out of our way of all the thinking that we do. Usually, the more we want something, the more we think about it. The more important we tell ourselves it is of what we want, the more of a story we create about it in our minds. And the more we think about it, the more we're also going to think about not having it. So the more we think about wanting something, the more we're going to think about why we don't have it. And that creates resistance. That creates resistance to feeling good. And when we don't feel good, it's hard for us to get out of our own way so that we can receive the things that are going on around us. There's always abundance and there's always good happening, but we need to be in its path when it comes. So I'm not in the path of the abundance that's coming toward me. I'm not gonna be hit by that snow. I want to get hit by that snowball when it comes. Hey Kim, great to see you. Great to see you. I love the fact that you've been here. Thank you so much, and please, share and comment as well. Your feedback is very important to me. All the best to you guys. Um, we need to get out of our own damn way. We talk ourselves out of everything that we want. Basically, in life, we kind of just rationalize everything. We explain, oh, well, I really would love to go on that vacation, but I can't afford it. I can't afford it. Oh, I would really love to go on that vacation, but my boss is, really wants me to stick around, and I really shouldn't do this. Or, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's not a good use of the money, or whatever it is. We talk ourselves into so much instead of focusing on what feels good. We need to stop thinking, and it'll come to us a lot more quickly. Okay? Um, Life does not have to be hard to be enjoyable. We don't have to sacrifice and feel like it's a constant struggle. That's not what it's about. So the law of attraction, gaining momentum, have a thought, have a feeling, have a desire, and don't contradict it. Get out of your way. As soon as you identify something that you love, something that you want, just allow it to flow. Don't think about it, because you're going to talk yourself right out of it. Okay? Whenever we're feeling stressed, it's because we're going against the current. That's what any problem really is. Any problem we have is that we're going against the current of what we truly feel and what we truly want. So we need to stop contradicting ourselves, contradicting energy, and contradicting the universe and the people around us by saying and doing things that are not in alignment with how we really feel. So that requires some focus, it requires time, requires meditation for many of us, getting that distraction out. So, how do you get rid of doubt? How do you get rid of that resistance? Well, you got to catch it before it gets going. Like I said earlier, start your day meditating. Start your day with affirmations. Some of you will call it prayer. Some of you will do yoga. But get that ball rolling of the positive thinking before it starts going down the hill. Because by, after an hour and a half of your day starting, guess what? That ball's going, and you want it to be a positive ball, not a negative ball. Because then you're going to check your phone, someone's going to call you, you're going to get an email, your kid's going to start screaming or do something to piss you off. You're going to start working, and you're going to get stressed, and guess what? Now it's too late. Your day is started. You want to start your day the way you want it to start. So get that momentum going the way you want it to be. Okay? Trust in the law of attraction. Get in the receiving mode, and then the impulse of what to do and how and the details will come to you. Be happy first, and then life will happen to you. People think that you have to make a lot of good things happen and everything go right in your life, and then that will make you happy. It's the other way around. First, it's on us to be happy, to focus on our own bliss, our own joy, take care of our basic needs so that we can be at peace. And then once we get out of our own way and allow life to flow, then all the beautiful things keep happening. And not only do they happen, but they happen abundantly and endlessly. Thank you, everybody, for your comments. I really appreciate your being here. Kim, Jessica, Luigi, thank you. All right, enough about that, guys. Oh, Angel, hey, how are you? Thank you so much. Love it. Have a great time, by the way, on your trip. You deserve it. All right, so moving on. Enough about this. I think I've pretty much saturated you guys with the topic of non-resistive thought and the law of attraction. Moving on to my daily sex and relationship tip. One of the most important things you can do in a relationship is not take each other so seriously. One of the most important things you can do in your relationship with your partner is to not take each other so seriously. Danny, you know exactly what I mean by this one. Please feel free to comment. I know you're very open. Better you say it than me. But you know what it means to not take each other and yourself so seriously. People get stuck. They destroy relationships. They lose out on happiness and connection because they take each other so seriously. Everything that their partner says, oh, what did he mean by that? Oh my God, why did you say that? What did you mean by that? I can't believe you said this. Okay? In fact, try to ignore your partner half the time if you can. If you can, try to ignore their words. Words are just words. Go with your vibe. You know, thank you, Kim. You get me, right? Okay. Oh my God. I miss you too now. I miss you. We've got to connect. Okay. Yes. It's like, God, so what? They said something stupid, or okay, it was insensitive maybe. Maybe they weren't thinking. It doesn't matter. They're there with you. You know. Follow your heart. You know what your partner feels for you. You know they're there for you. Stop doubting yourself. Stop questioning yourself and making yourself so minuscule and invaluable with all the analyzing that we do. Just go off the way you feel. Go off the way you feel. You know in your heart what that person's about. Don't get distracted by words. It's unnecessary friction. It's static. And they're roadblocks to the flow of love. So, Danny, you stop. You stop before you do all that second guessing, right? Okay, so you stop yourself. You stop yourself from going through that thought process of what does this mean? What am I supposed to think? What am I supposed to say? You know, just we all really need to relax. We all really need to relax. So you guys get it. Thank you. You are my dream team. You are my power team. And I need you to help me explain this to everybody else, because this is so important in life. You know, we really just shoot ourselves in the foot left and right. All right, now I want to give you guys my free gift, which is a relationship report card. Any of you who are in a relationship, if you'd like me to give you my free evaluation of your relationship, I have a relationship report card, which I'll send to you. You grade your relationship together, and then you send it back in to me, and I'll give you my feedback. I do it, you know, custom for each person. Please send me your email address. Go to my website, PizziPSYC.com, and then there's a blue button that says message us at the bottom. Just go to that button and send me your email, ask for the relationship report card, and I'll take it from there, and I'll send you my feedback. That's my free gift to you guys, and thanks for your participation and your support. Okay, guys? Thank you so much. So put it in there, okay? Go to my website and send me your email, and I'll send that out to you guys. Moving on to our gratitude moment. Did you know that giving thanks for what you want in advance of getting it, saying thank you for whatever, thank you for whatever it is that you want to receive, saying thank you before you get it, turbocharges your desires and sends out a more powerful signal into the universe for what you want. It helps you open up to receiving, because we need to not only ask for what we want in life, but we need to really be open to getting it. Usually the reason we don't have what we want is not because we don't deserve it, but because we're not really ready for it. We have to really know what we're asking for and then be ready to deserve it and accept it. So that's, you know, how gratitude works. We can be grateful before, during, and after. It doesn't matter. The universe is not on a timeline. For those of you who may not have noticed, it's not on a timeline. There's no sense of time. There's no past, future. It just is. Linda Sue, good morning. If you said everything that you wanted, you'd be in big trouble. Well, very wise. I think a lot of us would be. I know I would, and I do get in trouble. So sometimes you keep your mouth shut, and that can be pretty hard, yeah. Yeah, sometimes we do need to just not be impulsive, and that is difficult for a lot of us. Thank you, Linda Sue. All right, on our next episode, stay tuned and subscribe to PizziPSYC here on Facebook and follow me on YouTube, same name. Please become a subscriber. I need more subscribers, and I'll find a way to make it up to you guys. Every Tuesday and Thursday morning, here I am on Facebook. Now, in closing with the affirmation comes from the Secret app. Clement Stone, who lived to be 100, said, "Whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve. Whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve." Thank you, all of you, again for your support. It's a pleasure. It's the highlight of my week to be here with you guys on Tuesday and Thursday mornings. Please like my page, share it to others, and follow me here on Facebook and YouTube. Have a wonderful day. Mwah. Stay safe.